Gentlemen, 2 major trailers just dropped this week. Civil War and Batman vs. Superman.
Oh!
Thank you. That's how I feel.
What a piece of shit.
Well, hold on.
One.
We'll get to that. First, I have 3 questions I want to ask you.
Damn it.
First off, which trailer was better?
Civil War.
Like, this needs to be asked.
So everyone says Civil War?
Who the fuck
Superman.
said Superman?
That's what I said.
Whoever said Superman can eat a bag of
shut
dicks.
the fuck up.
I mean, I don't like either of them, but that's the lesser of 2 evils to me. I'd rather
Have
watch
you seen the
Superman
newest
than
trailer?
Civil War.
Superman must be big in Samoa.
He's huge. He's huge.
Do you remember that scene in the trailer when Superman lands and there's that house with the S on it? That S stands for Samoa.
That was my
The
house.
S
damn it.
stands for hope.
And here I
Yeah,
thought
that's
the S stands for
bullshit.
shit
Hope
bag.
starts with an H, stupid.
Well, Batman's the greatest detective, not Superman. So everyone hated the Batman vs Superman trailer?
I didn't hate it. My issue was how absolutely reckless, and you can tell Warner Brothers and Zack Snyder do not give a shit about this film. It wasn't shitty, but they don't fucking care about it, and that's what pisses. And I don't like Superman, but and you know how much I love Batman, Jeff. You and I love Batman, but
We almost cried when he died in The Dark Knight
yes,
Rises.
you know this, and they clearly don't give a fuck about the content. And as much as I hate saying that Nick has a point when he says these things, but you can clearly tell this is simply a money grab, and it pisses me the fuck off.
Oh fuck yeah! How many main characters are in this movie?
3.
How many? There's so fucking
all
many.
of them.
Well, wait,
all
we
of
forgot
them.
Aquaman, like everyone else.
Nobody gives
Who?
a fuck about Aquaman. I have the
Thank
world's
you.
worst superpowers. I can talk to fish.
Fish Mooney?
Dude, Phil has better superpowers than fucking Aquaman.
He does.
I do have.
He
He's a
has the
doctor.
ability to diagnose my car troubles in one sight.
I did.
Right? And that's better than Aquaman.
That is true. Because
Fuck
that episode of
Aquaman.
Family
Fucking
Guy
useful.
summed up Aquaman perfectly. Remember when that girl's getting attacked on the beach? And Aquaman's just like, hey, stop, hey,
You seen
hey.
the
And
Batman video?
listen, you guys know I'm a Marvel kid through and through. But Aquaman has some pretty sweet ass powers. Okay.
Oh.
Like the ability to turn his hand into a hook.
Listen.
Go
listen.
talk to a fish, man.
He can call up some crazy ass sea monsters. Number one.
Hillary,
And-
you need to stop letting Dion smoke crack. I mean, it's really
He's
good.
Kanye West in that South Park episode. He's a mother.
I'm gonna let you finish, but Aquaman is the real MVP.
Listen, I'm just saying the dude's got some serious powers. They made in the last few years. He's not as much of this, Arthur the Doctor Pussy King of the Sea.
The
The dude, he can control a lot of the wave. He control the actual sea itself, parts of the sea itself. It makes him faster, strong. The dude doesn't suck, is what I'm saying.
Dion,
I'll
the
admit
question is,
that-
though, does he have the superpower to make you entertained? Because he doesn't have that with me.
Does
Okay,
he?
hold
Makes me, and I
Does he
read,
still have a hook for a hand?
reading like Darkest
No.
Night. He's
No,
cool
Dan.
in Darkest Night. Reading a few other storylines that he's in. He's not that bad.
Let's
Hold
be
on,
honest.
hold on.
You have to repeat it 3 times. It's bad.
Hey,
I
let's
will
be
only
honest.
be entertained if he gets
It's-
tentacle raped by every octopus in the sea. That's all. I want to see every
Only
orifice
time.
filled.
All 3 of them?
All 3 of them.
The only time that Aquaman was ever a badass is when he had a hook for a hand and didn't give a fuck.
But I thought he was just Hook, like, with that's all. Or he was just Hook. I didn't know he was Aquaman.
Well, it was enchanted water for a while too. So
Look,
We're getting off topic, and it's really stupid. Just like Aquaman. So, you kind of all answered the other questions I have. Which film were you most excited for? And before the trailers, which films were you most interested in?
Civil
Before I
War
saw the
and
Civil War,
Neither, and I would say Superman probably.
before I saw the Civil War trailer, I was kind of interested in Superman, and then this trailer completely ruined this movie for me. They gave away entirely too much in the trailer.
Yeah, and what the fuck? Okay, what the fuck was up with it? It's like before, it's like, oh, they're gonna fight. How do they fight? I don't know. Cool,
Right.
I'll go see it and find out in 4 months. Now it's like,
Oh,
Lex
Lex
Luthor.
Luthor brought back Doomsday, and Batman and Superman
all right.
have to team up with Wonder Woman and defeat him.
well,
You
you
want to
know
know
what? Let's
something?
just
Where-
talk
where-
about the
where-
elephant in the
where-
room.
Wonder Woman
Jesse
come
Eisenberg.
from?
The
She
sky.
came to-
They
I don't
didn't know either, apparently. In the trailer, they're both like, I thought she was with you.
That was the most entertaining part of the trailer.
All right, but
It was.
let's break this down real quick. First off,
It's our
if they were going to do
propaganda.
this movie right, they would have just took, like, I don't know, the Dark Knight Returns storyline where Batman and Superman actually have it out. Not try to throw together 15 different storylines, call it a movie, and say this is the next Justice League. It's going to fail on principle alone.
Well,
I agree.
I agree.
I don't think it'll fail.
It won't fail. Yeah,
It won't fail
I
because
wholeheartedly-
fans.
Well, I mean, what do you consider a fail?
Well, I mean, financially, I mean, isn't that what the film
Okay.
industry is about? Is
Okay.
not art, but money.
Well, here's the sucky thing about it. Hundreds of thousands of people are gonna go see it. It's gonna it doesn't
Because
matter
they're
how
stupid.
shitty it is. You know, there's gonna be the kids out there. Oh, I want to see that, and you know.
Well,
and
I guarantee everyone in this podcast is going to see it as well. It's not
Yeah,
just.
yeah, that's true.
I would.
No.
I will do everything I can not to pay to see it.
Yeah, well,
I'll tell you what.
that's true.
I will watch it when it hits Netflix.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah, it is.
I can wait.
Hey Dustin, I'll tell you this. I swore to never see the Fantastic Four, the remake.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either, but
Neither
there's
have I.
something
Fuck that movie.
that I think we're going to give it a chance regardless. I think.
I'll
You need to
In the-
offer
in the
me like
movie-
a lot
the
of
movie-
booze
Hold on a second, gentlemen.
watch it when I'm
Just say,
stoned.
Jeff, we can get really drunk and watch it.
if you buy it.
I ain't
Batman
buying it.
I'll illegally download it and everybody can watch it. Okay, how about that?
Hey!
I'm down. Anyway, but Batman vs Superman is going to be DC's Fantastic Four.
Ooh, that's a little harsh, dude.
I think I
They already had that with Green Lantern. They already.
Yeah.
God,
No,
No,
I
Green
really hope
Lantern
that
is
happens.
good,
I
better
really
than
hope
that
that
movie can ever be. Plain and simple. And Green Lantern sucked.
I watched it today actually at my grandma's house. It was not good.
Everyone watched it at their grandma's house, and they questioned my ability.
Joel
to make
didn't watch it at his
decisions.
grandma's house because his grandma's been dead. for a
Well,
while.
he's everyone's grandma. That's why.
Joel's my grandma. Ew.
Ew.
See what
Well,
happens
no.
when you're not here, Joel.
Yeah, he was gonna be called Joel Jar Jar Hastings, but he fucked that all up.
Misa needs to go fuck
Oh,
himself.
I'm sure that he's real upset about that one.
He's the
Well,
Joel.
He would have been the most entertaining to have on this show because he would just bitch incessantly and have like nothing to back it up.
And you know what? Now I'm sad he's not here.
I know, right?
That,
I
that
really
old
said-
sage wisdom. He's like, what, 65, 70 right now?
Dude,
Age
come
does,
on. He's
wisdom
like
doesn't
90.
come with age. He just forgets everything, like Ronald Reagan.
Hey,
That's from the Alzheimer's being like 70 years old, man.
hey, respect your elders.
Not
Phil,
that one.
I'm your elder.
No.
That one
Phil,
immediately
I
went out
think
the
he's your
window. Thanks,
father.
Phil.
My father's dead and buried.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm
Mine
the
too.
oldest one in this room right now.
You are? How old are you?
I'm 30.
There you go.
so,
You are.
So am I.
He's got me by 2 years.
All right. So, Phil, that means you have to shut up and listen to me and Nick.
No.
We
You
have to
just said respect
some
your elders.
No.
Are we going by who has the biggest beard?
I win?
I
Probably.
guess it is a Wookiee.
No.
Let's talk about Eisenberg for a minute. I think that's.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Fuck Eisenberg!
Why is he in the movie?
Why did
Because
he
he
know.
played
in the movie?
because he played Mark Zuckerberg in the Social Network, and now everyone thinks that every billionaire character has to be either Iron Man or Mark Zuckerberg, who is an asshole.
Well, how
So
about
that's
Bill
why we have it.
Gates? He's a billionaire.
Yeah, but he's boring as shit.
That's true. Yes.
I'd rather see him instead of
I felt
Jason.
like he was trying to be like almost a Joker, almost like that Joker character who's zany and out there and creates chaos for the sake of it. And I don't like that. I mean, we already have a
Yeah, I remember reading a couple things about that where apparently that people are thinking that he's going to be the next Joker or the Joker of that movie at least.
People need to stop with the fucking fan theories. Like I told you last week, in 2016, we're gonna shit on every fan theory we can find.
Yes.
Oh,
I
dude,
can't
I'm
wait for that
in.
episode.
I am
I like
all in
shit.
for every
I'm
one of
down
those
for that.
episodes.
What fan theory are they coming up with now for Batman?
He's the Eisenberg's gonna be like a Joker-like character, or he's the son of Lex Luthor, or some other horse shit.
Oh, okay. You know,
He's just a bad decision. It's just a bad reimagining. You
Oh,
know, it
oh
should
my
have been
God.
fucking
And-
Bryan Cranston. They
Mhm.
should have played it safe.
Dude,
because
if
they
Bryan
need an
Cranston
emotional
was Lex
anchor.
Luthor, that'd be fucking amazing.
And we'd all be pumped because that dude could
That
act the
would
shit out of any
save the
situation.
movie.
That dude can act the shit out of a paper bag. I would watch that shit for 90 minutes, okay?
I would too.
See, and you're never going to win me over with that argument because I still think Ben Affleck is what's going to be dragging this movie down.
No.
no, he's,
I
No.
would-
he's
Did you ever
probably
see
the
Argo?
best. He's the best character.
No.
Right.
Ben Affleck is actually an amazing actor.
Did you see Argo?
Fuck Ben
Ben
Affleck.
Affleck was amazing in Argo.
This is
I
He was
bought
pretty
Gone
damn
Girl
good
because
in
it was
Argo.
that good.
Gone Girl, phenomenal.
The town,
Yep.
the town. He is awesome in the town.
Ben
town's
Affleck
Pretty much
shit, man. I
if you
love
look
the
at-
town.
if you're looking at post like paycheck 2003 Ben Affleck, you know he is a good actor now. In like late '90s, like Armageddon through Gigli, Ben Affleck is a fucking joke.
Yes.
See,
So
okay,
he's
well
the only
then
actor to
Hold on a
reinvent
second, though.
himself.
I
fully.
literally haven't seen anything recent then, because I just instantly don't like Ben Affleck. So I guess I need to watch some of his more
All right.
recent movies.
I
Now,
have-
how did you feel when you saw that first teaser trailer though, where he asked if you're gonna bleed and said you will? I mean, I think
I
everyone
laughed.
got chills. That was.
I
don't know.
didn't. No,
I laughed, Dustin, to be honest, because it's so forced.
I think I was with you.
I thought it was
Compared
great.
to what this trailer showed us, though, this trailer looks. I don't mean to
Well,
bring
here,
it back.
I want to tell you something. You'll find this interesting. Yesterday at dinner, I showed my mom the Civil War trailer and the teaser for Batman vs Superman, and she was really intrigued with the teaser for Batman vs Superman. You know, the one where Batman's chained up
Yep.
and Superman like comes down and takes off his mask.
Yeah.
She goes, "Ooh,
That was cool.
interesting.
Hold
I'd
on
like
a
to see
second.
this movie."
What the fuck is up with the Duster?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
He's
know.
Mac from It's Always Sunny.
I don't know.
Who's
I'm Batman.
Cameron?
I have a Duster. Fear the Duster.
You know, and then if you watch this trailer, why the fuck are there these flying like bird animal creature things that have like human appendages off, you know, in that desert? Where the fuck are they?
And that's the problem.
On
with the trailer,
Tatooine,
because-
that's where they
because when, for the other even if you look at just the Dark Knight trilogy, the trailer gave you just enough to want to watch it, right? So, and this is what pisses, and this is why. If I could get into a room with all the executives at Warner Brothers, I'd punch them all in the fucking throat. Because the title of the movie is what? Batman vs. Superman. Why the fuck?
No, sir, it's Batman v Superman.
Fuck them.
Dawn
Fuck
of
'em.
Justice.
They can
No,
kiss my
it should
black ass.
it should be Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman versus
Right.
Doomsday.
Thank you. So
Oh.
Featuring
if
Aquaman
you
and
show the-
Alfred.
Yeah, Joanne Awkward.
So
That's
don't forget
nothing.
featuring the Flash and fucking the Green Lantern and
Yeah.
whoever the hell else they
And
introduced.
Uncle
Aquaman.
Sam's gonna show
Well,
up
no,
in the Iron
that's-
Patriot armor. But if
Just kidding, it's Justice League. Haha.
it's like if that's the trailer or the title of the film, you know, Doomsday and Wonder Woman should be the surprise that you see when you watch it. So
Yeah, no,
why
I
the
agree.
They
fuck?
even show that now. That's
Yeah. So now,
But Dion,
everyone
one thing
knows
you
it's
gotta
not that. It's not going to be about the fight now. Everyone know they're not going to wait for the fight. They're going to wait for Doomsday to show up.
well, Dion, you know that Wonder Woman had to be in this trailer to appease the all of a sudden huge influx of, you know, these social justice warrior comic book fans because
No, that wasn't
that's
it.
their favorite
They-
thing
Oh,
to jump
hold
on.
the fuck on.
That
Fuck
wasn't
those
it. That wasn't
fans.
it. That was,
I know, fuck those fans. That's
They're
the
the-
stance of the show.
They're the reason why we lost that amazing tribute cover with fucking the Joker holding Batgirl up, the tribute to fucking the Killing Joke.
yeah.
That
That's
was
why I swore to
amazing
never buy another
cover.
DC comic again from the stands. And I haven't.
Well, she wasn't. She's not in the movie because of those fans. She's in the movie because they want to make a Justice League movie. And since DC doesn't have the balls to have an elongated plan for the Justice League movie, okay, well, we're gonna put her in this movie. And even then, well, we have to put her in the trailer because they know that she's in the movie. No, you fucking don't. You own the goddamn movie. You own the fucking storyline. You don't have to do anything. And it's not for the social justice thing. They're trying to muster up all this fake ass enthusiasm when it's like, oh yeah, the fucking title is just Batman v Superman. Why the
Dawn of
fuck?
Justice.
Why the fuck would
I-
you show
Well,
something that takes that away?
But they're playing catch up right now. I mean, Marvel's already about to enter Phase 3. They already have their team established. It's a game of catch up at this point.
Marvel-
That's
Catch
why.
up nothing. They'll
everybody
never
else.
fucking catch up.
Hey, Dustin.
You can't do it. The movie's gonna fail simply because
It's not gonna fail.
It's not going to fail at all.
That's
It
not.
won't
I
fail
want
in the
to-
box
all right.
office.
Is there a difference between a flop and a fail, though?
Yes.
Because it may fail artistically and be a big pile of horse shit like Indiana Jones 4, but that movie made $800 million. So
Exactly.
I say Batman vs Superman makes about $650 million, $700 million, like Man of Steel. But I think Man of Steel's pretty shit.
The thing
And
is,
I
though,
propose-
art is subjective. Numbers aren't, and I think the numbers are going to come back, and it's going to be one of the probably top
was-
three biggest films of 2016.
I was actually going to ask that since
Suicide Squad does better
So-
than Batman v Superman. I'm just going to say
Oh,
that.
hell no.
I'll agree with
I'm gonna
that.
say
I'll agree
that.
with
I
that.
say it will.
Oh, yeah,
They're both going to be very good, but I think that, and I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry about that. But again, I think that, and even though they're trying to play catch up, and I understand that. I mean that's the truest thing of this whole
And it reeks
issue,
of desperation.
and it does, and that's the problem. See, if you are gonna your end game should be Well, not to catch up to Marvel, but to make content that rivals what Marvel's doing.
Exactly.
So, although you're trying to make money, the money will come if you're taking your time. Iron Man 1 and they all brought in a lot of money, and they still they didn't rush. They didn't come out with Iron Man 3, the beginning of Captain America, and all that bullshit. We're making a lot of money, but we're still going to take our time, and that's DC's fucking problem.
Well, no,
Can you guys hear me
say
now?
that Civil War
Yeah, we can.
is doing that same thing, though.
No, I don't.
No, not at all.
I feel like Civil War is trying to force a storyline that's well known and beloved, and with a tenth of the cast of the comics, it's a cash grab. I don't see, I guess, a big difference.
Oh, it's a
Hold
huge
on.
difference, Dustin.
Do you
I mean,
realize-
Marvel has built up for this for what we're on. It'll be 4 years. It has a build up because I mean the seeds were planted in the first
Yeah.
Iron Man or the first Avengers film.
They were.
When they were on the helicarrier, there was tension building up, and now you've had Age of Ultron where Iron Man fucked up. So I mean it's all building towards that. And I mean, yeah, you can't have the exact adaptation from the comic book, but I don't think that would work unless it was like 30 years. Because I mean, that story came out in 2006, and the Marvel Universe debuted in 1962 with the Fantastic Four. I mean, you can take creative liberties, and I don't think anyone's shitting on Batman vs Superman taking creative liberties. I think that the DC films just reek of desperation. It's not, hey, let's make a really good Batman movie, let's make a good Superman movie, let's build up all our characters. It's no, Marvel makes $1 billion, we need to make $1 billion because our characters are older. It just feels like a big game of catch-up. I mean, in an older episode I said this, and I'll use this again. It's like Marvel is painting its masterpiece, and DC is a kid with a crayon, and it's got a bigger piece of paper, and it's trying to sketch and scribble and add all these little things to fill in all the white negative space on the picture. But Marvel's taking its time and has a much better result because it knows what it's doing, and it's just taking its time, and it shows on paper and on film.
And before I was,
and Marvel has Disney behind them as well.
yeah.
Warner Brothers
is behind
bigger.
DC, and it's been
Yeah,
around.
Warner
They have cartoons. They've had more movies. They've had TV shows for a longer time. So it's not an arms race, and I think that's another distinction that Jeff's trying to make is that. And Dustin, you're coming in right after I say this. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off, man.
Well,
But
if you're sorry, you wouldn't do it, but keep going.
True. But this isn't an arms race as far as we have Disney and you blah blah blah. It's simply them. They're just desperate. They have no reason to be desperate, but they're seeing what's going on around them, and they're like, oh god, we have to make these fucking movies, and we have to do it now.
Well, that's my question. I guess I want to pose to everyone here: is there an expiration date on the? I don't want to call it a fad, but on the superhero genre. I mean,
it depends.
Dude,
I don't think so.
Well, I think there is, because if we have a big flop, if Batman vs Superman is a piece of shit, it's an if. This isn't,
no, it's gonna be a piece of shit. It may make a lot of money, but it's gonna be
but it has to do both. Because look,
it has to do both.
I mean,
for them.
people like to
both,
say
it
that
really
Batman and Robin. People like to say Batman and Robin killed the comic book movie rush, but it didn't, because Blade came out less than a year later, and Blade was a huge success. And then 99, you didn't have anything. 2000, you had X-Men, and it kept kind of going on. I think we have so many now that it could implode if we get a series of bad ones. If we get more Guardians of the Galaxy type films where it's characters that no one knows, and then they, exceed all the expectations, I think this could go on for a long time.
And you were talking about somebody said this is Civil War is a plot that it's very well known. I'm not a big comic book person, so I don't know what the plot's going to be.
All right. Well,
And don't spoil it. Don't spoil it, but still.
yeah.
No, you picked the wrong podcast for it to be spoiled.
Yeah.
So-
I'm not gonna
And Phil,
spoil it
if I
for you,
explained
Phil.
to you the entire comic book plot, it wouldn't even tell you the fucking
right,
movie.
the
No,
movies.
because trust me, there's massive differences.
I
But
mean, there's no Spider-Man.
yes,
Right.
there is. Actually.
he's gonna be. He's
Not-
not. He's
Did
not
you
the
not-
Spider-Man that we know, but he's.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider.
No, we're not.
No,
They
it's-
cast a
it's
white
Peter
dude. They
Parker.
cast
It's
Tom
Peter-
Holland.
It's
I
Peter
will-
Parker. It's
It is
Peter
Peter Parker. Okay. Well, I was
so I
thinking
guess my
Miles
point in
Morales.
bringing
was
up that
Parker's
question,
help.
though.
Go ahead, Dustin.
Oh, I'm sorry. My point in bringing up that question was: do you think Warner Brothers is projecting an expiration date, and so they're trying to make as much money from this as they can in a short amount of time before they move on? And
Yeah.
Yes, and I agree with them, but I don't think the general public thinks there's an expiration date. Because it's kind of cool and trendy to be a comic book guy, and then eventually those people that think it's cool and trendy will pass it on to their kids, and it'll kind of keep living on.
Here's the thing, man. DC is going to push their own expiration date, while Marvel's going to keep climbing. You got to think, Marvel has so many just amazing properties that have not made it into the spotlight yet. For example, I mean, Daredevil was well known, yeah. Jessica Jones, is not as well known. And look how amazing that show turned on Netflix.
It was good.
I haven't watched it yet.
A little, on the nose with its political viewpoints, but hey, it was good. I don't think it's as good as Daredevil. It's not even in the same fucking category.
Daredevil was awesome.
I mean, I disagree for one reason and one reason only, man. David Tennant is the man, and
is the Doctor, but Vincent D'Onofrio was a superior supervillain. I gave a shit about the Kingpin. The Purple Man, I wanted him to get away because I like Doctor Who.
Oh, dude, you know the Purple Man is gonna come back. He ain't gone.
They broke his fucking neck.
He ain't gone. It's a superhero film. He'll be back.
I hope he is.
It's the Marvel Universe. Nobody's ever dead.
Hey, I'll say this though, Luke Cage was awesome for that show.
Nice.
Dude, I mean, I was never a big Luke Cage fan because he wasn't that popular in the 90s when, we were watching these cartoons and playing these games. But, I mean, you get introduced to these characters. Here we go. That's another point I want to make about Marvel versus DC. Marvel can introduce a character no one really gives a shit about and make them interesting. DC can take a character everybody loves and make them a fucking joke.
That's true.
The new Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor
Green Lantern.
I liked Green Lantern. The movie was shitty, but I still read the book for a while. But no, Lex Luthor used to be a badass dude. He was on the same intellectual level as Superman and all these other characters. And I always liked the dynamic that he didn't like Superman because Lex Luthor was the king of Metropolis and everyone looked down to him or up to him, and Superman was a god and he had to look up to the sky to him, and it was kind of hurting his ego. I always thought that was cool. And in this we got like this little skinny white dude that's gonna be like, oh hey, let me shake your hands, guys. Ooh, you got a tough grip. You're a badass. Blah blah blah.
Dude,
I mean,
they have
what the fuck was that?
Right?
I don't
right?
know. That was fucking stupid.
Dude, they have this Lex Luthor like a joke of his former self. He's more of a sociopath than a fucking genius.
And he has, we obviously have to see more of the film, but the trailer, everyone goes, you can't judge a film by its trailer.
Yes, you fucking
can.
I think you can.
We all do that. That's how it happens.
That's the point of a trailer.
Exactly.
Right.
I agree. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm watching all these reaction videos and all these other bullshit things. People are going, oh, the movie might be great, but the trailer's bad. No, the tone, this trailer was the movie in 3 minutes.
Yes.
Every fucking, we had the beats. We had Clark Kent meets Bruce Wayne, Batman vs Superman fight, then they all team up and fight Doomsday. Why the fuck is he in this movie?
Hold on.
That was stupid.
Speaking of Doomsday, I have to ask all of you this serious question right now. Is it just me? Is it just me, or does Doomsday look like Abomination from the Incredible Hulk?
Thank you.
It does.
He looks like the troll monster from Thor to me.
You're the troll monster from Thor, Dion.
You're fucking welcome, goddammit.
And one thing I hate is that Jeremy Irons is fucking Alfred. How do you make Jeremy Irons fucking Alfred?
Awesome. Listen,
No. I love
First.
Jeremy Irons. I really do. I love the guy to death. I fucking love him. But why do you make him fucking Alfred?
Who are you? Would you if Jeremy Irons got on this podcast right now and started talking, would you shut up and listen to what he's got to say? He could be talking about banging Spanish chicks during the goddamn 70s.
Dude, he could talk about making a cheese sandwich. I'd still hear him talk.
And that's exactly why he is.
I would cut him off because I used to think he was Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis is better.
But it's like getting Bryan Cranston to play fucking Alfred is what it is.
Well, now, speaking of Bryan Cranston, I want to take us back a few minutes ago. He said in a recent interview that he would only play a Marvel villain if it was a brand new character. Do you think Marvel will ever get to the point where in one of their blockbusters they use an original character? Or are they just going to stick with ones established in the comics?
They're going to stick with the established universe, man.
They will because it's money.
They're not going to put something into a movie that's brand new and see if it's going to flop.
The only way I see them coming up with an original character in the movie is if it's kind of like.
Well, they take that back. They are in the new Civil War movie, I think. That Martin Freeman guy, he was in like Lord of the Rings. He played a Hobbit or something. I think he has a new character that's like a liaison between the government and the Avengers. I don't know if he's in the comics.
Oh, so he's going to be the no-name motherfucker from the Civil War comic books.
Unless he's Henry Gyrick from X-Men, but that's Fox, so that'd be cool if he was fucking Henry Gyrick. A couple names down that people know.
Well, I mean, from the looks of it, man, everybody's starting to get real buddy with Marvel all of a sudden again.
That's where the money is, man.
Yeah, that's
true.
I
mean,
they're associated with Disney.
We're living in a world where Disney is owning like all the best shit.
Exactly.
Outside of Back to the Future, which will never be remade or anything like that, Disney's got.
I pray it never gets remade.
You don't
I
think
don't know.
Robert Zemeckis has clearly said that shit is not going to happen while he's alive.
I would
While he's
love
alive.
to see another
While he's alive.
remake of Back to the Future. Personally, I think it would be
No.
legit.
It won't.
You're
happen.
off the show.
Yeah,
Fuck
no.
you.
You're off. Disconnect him.
All right, that was Brian, guys. Thanks for stopping. I'm just fucking with you, man. No, but Dustin, I wanted to comment on what you said about he'll only come in to play a unique character. Marvel, the only actor that they'll bow down to the whim of is Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Everything else is the Marvel brand, and you're just like an interchangeable part. I mean, look at Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard was a big deal, and hey, you can laugh, but in the early 2000s, Terrence Howard was a huge deal. I mean,
Huge.
people really knew him. He was in that stupid music video. He was in a bunch of movies. That one was up for an Oscar. Was it Hustle and Flow or
Well,
whatever?
yeah, well, yep.
I would say, but Terrence Howard was a really big star. He was an A-lister back then.
He's kind of
Iron Man
making
came
his
out.
way
It was a
back
big deal.
now.
What?
He's kind of making his way back now.
No, he's a TV star
Empire.
now, Phil.
He's working his way back
Yeah,
up,
he's
but
in
he
that
kind of
wonderful
fell
show
from
called
grace.
Empire.
And you can take any actor really and plug them in a Marvel movie, and they'll kind of just, as long as they can fit the role of that character, it'll be fine. It just shows that no one is, safe from that except Robert Downey Jr.
Do you think
So I don't
Chris
think
Evans
Brian
is
Cranston-
getting to that point?
I hope not. I hope he stays around because we used to love Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man back in college, and I still love him.
Yep.
But man, Captain America is my favorite in those movies now.
No, that's
he's
what I'm
the,
saying.
he's the one I like.
Do you think him as a person? Do you think he's getting a lot more pull now that he's becoming popular?
I think he's popular as Captain America. I don't think he's has the body of work that he can go, oh, hey, I was in the fucking Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
or not another teen movie. It's like, dude, you were in a bunch of shit, and then you were Captain America, and that's like your claim to fame.
This
Kinda
role
like-
will define.
I don't
his
even think
career.
he has as big a clout in Hollywood as Chris Hemsworth. Because Chris Hemsworth shows him in a bunch of shit.
That's
Yeah,
true.
he's
He's
in
in,
a lot
he's
of
in Moby
stuff.
Dick that's coming out here soon.
He was in Vacation this summer. He was in Star Trek. Yeah, that was before Thor, but still, he has.
He was in
Well, he had a very small role. in
Red
stuff.
Dawn.
He was in Red Dawn,
Yes,
and he was in Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods, yep.
Fuck that
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, Cabin in the Woods was before he was even was during his while he was considered to be Thor. Like that's when he got the callback for it.
And he is an excellent choice.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He made me like a character I thought was stupid.
Thor? You thought Thor was stupid?
Before I
Thor
watched
still
the
is
movie.
Thor. Yeah, I mean, and I tried to read a bunch of the books because of the movie, and and I still love him in overarching stories, but Thor is very unrelatable, and I can see why Chris Hemsworth has gotten famous because he's made it a relatable dude. Because
I want to hang out with Thor.
yeah, I want to hang out with Thor. From the comic books, I would not be able to stand that fucking guy. But Chris Hemsworth Thor, that's a dude that you could sit, chill, and drink beer with. And
No,
then get attacked.
I like Tom Hiddleston better though.
He did steal the show, but I would rather hang out with Thor. Because Loki would try to, stab you in the back or poison your drink.
Yeah,
or
but
rape you when you're
until
sleeping.
that
But,
until that point, I'd have a good fucking time with him though. Yeah,
but watch Age of Ultron. Thor was fucking tearing that shit up. Remember, he had that little vial
Yeah.
that he gave to Stan Lee and it knocked him out. And shit.
Mhm.
That was fun.
Excelsior.
That was hilarious.
It's been
Well, guys,
for
since we're talking
1,000 years.
Since we're talking about Marvel, let's talk about the Civil War trailer. What were your reactions to that? Thoughts?
Super
impressions?
excited, super,
Yeah,
and
me
it
too,
took
very excited.
it took me back to when you, Dustin, and I would have arguments about the storyline, and I was like, we're gonna have that same shit because of the movies, and I'm super excited for it. And even though I know, Dustin, you mentioned that it seems like they're cramming characters, they're following the same formula that they did for the first Iron Man, that they did for all the other Marvel movies where they had multiple characters in it, and I think it's and even since we were talking about the trailers, it was just that's how you do a trailer with multiple fucking characters. You don't give.
Now,
away.
is there an upper limit on characters you can add into a film? Since these are all well known to recognizable characters.
We'll find out the
is-
answer
is
to that
it-
question for Infinity Wars, because obviously it's going to be so many.
Oh, that's
of
going to be huge.
So-
I think they're slowly getting the public used to
Exactly.
50 characters on screen.
Yeah.
Like everyone's got to fight Thanos.
Mhm. So I think this is Civil, and that's why they put so many in, because I think Civil War, they're feeding off the fanboys' love for the comic book storyline, but they're also testing everyone to see hey, this is going to be a taste of all these heroes in the same movie, and I think it's going to work out awesomely.
I think Civil War is a logical stepping stone though, because
Mhm.
we've had the perfect team movie where, the first Avengers, they have a little bit of friction, but then once they team up, like, officially, and they fight in New York, they're, like, the perfect team, And then they're all buddy-buddy. I mean, you can't have, like, 5 or 6 films of them just working together perfectly.
Exactly.
Now, Age of Ultron had flaws. I still like the movie.
Agreed.
But, I mean, it felt it took place over too short a time period, and before you knew it, it's like, Age of Ultron was a week, and that's it, and Ultron sucked.
Well, that's the thing. Ultron they made him into a shitty character, and then like I said, I agree, it's still a good movie, but I think that's Ultron is just a difficult character to emulate because he's a robot essentially. He's just he's a very smart robot, but it's very it didn't make sense for him to be talking about being lonely. You know what I mean?
Is he a cybernetic organism with living tissue?
It's over a metal exoskeleton. But that was the problem with it. But
James Spader did a phenomenal job on that.
He's awesome in a lot of shit.
Yeah, he made him really fucking scary.
Yeah, but
the thing with Ultron though is they were trying to make Ultron into a more advanced AI than he truly was, even in the books. Right. They tried to give him feelings and emotions. Ultron never had emotions. Ultron never had feelings. He was never lonely. He had one goal and one goal alone: to eradicate the lesser beings and upgrade humanity.
But
did anyone here read? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dustin.
No, I'm just gonna say I think for them giving him emotion though, it makes him less of just like a clearly bad guy, and I think that's good to give something dimension, and so you can almost sympathize with him instead of he's straight from evil.
I agree with you, Dustin, and I definitely respect the opinion, but I would like for once. I mean, not since Darth Vader in the first Star Wars have we had like just an evil dude.
Right.
Everyone's got to be relatable.
Exactly.
I like it in the old Spider-Man movies, but I want the Avengers can be all good guys. Let's just fight let's just fight Hitler evil, Just
he's
pure
bad.
evil.
But also it makes sense. Like it doesn't make sense. So in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, this is a robot. It's not alive. It's not.
Well, I thought he was essentially the worst parts of Tony Stark conglomerated into one consciousness. That's how I took it.
That's how
I thought that was the regular Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I have to agree with you on that one.
And I
But
think
even
they
then,
were on the right. But and they're on the right track with that. But if you're going to build a giant meteor to essentially create another extinction event, you're not going to kidnap some redheaded bitch and then say, "Oh, well, I don't have anyone to talk to." You're about to kill her in an hour, dude. Why do you care?
Dion, that's called a plot contrivance. We're supposed to brush that under the rug because we love Marvel,
the bitch
right?
is gonna die, and why are you?
She serves.
I don't know. I don't have anyone to talk to, baby.
She's the one they gangbang when the cameras are not on them. That's what.
So Ultron has a wiener.
He probably does. We can probably build one.
He's made out of vibranium.
Of course, you gotta have vibranium. How do you
take a vibrator and glue it on?
That's what
vibrator
go down.
That was the wiener that he put on. Was on.
Well, back to the Civil War trailer. So we had that awesome fight between Cap, Bucky, and Iron Man.
Yes.
And the part of the trailer that spoke to me, he goes, "He's my friend." He goes, "So was I."
Yeah.
And I thought, "Oh man, poor Tony Stark, fucking die."
Yeah, but did Tony Stark have a new suit during that fight, or was that just me?
That's probably. Dude, it's new to sell merchandise because
toys.
If you're like me who reads the shit, okay, every time there's a new Iron Man film, there's 3 costumes. There's a Hot Toys doll which costs $200. There's about 10 different statues. There's the Hasbro action figures. There's T-shirts. There's fucking DLC skins for all these mobile games. I mean, every time he gets a costume, that is big bucks.
I know how to mark.
So of course they're gonna do that. I mean, look at Iron Man 3. Was there 47 armors?
It's Star
I
Wars.
It was like 48, 49.
Look at all those Star Wars shit that's coming out now. All the toys.
And I think we'll get to that in a minute because
$150 $150 remote controlled droid. That's what is it, like 5 inches tall?
It's stupid.
It's retarded.
I think all the merchandise from the new film is garbage.
Yeah.
They regressed in quality on the toys. They used to be articulated, have better paint apps, and look realistic.
Amiibos look better than that shit.
100% true. And you know what? I would pay Amiibo prices for a Star Wars figure if it was that quality.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just not. But anyway, back to Civil War. Did you guys like the Black Panther?
Yes.
I did. I'm not a big fan of the eyes. I wasn't a big fan of the white eyes. I was like, I'd prefer if they were actually eyes, but I'll wait to see how it looks in more than 2 seconds.
I don't think Marvel's ever dropped the ball on a costume.
No, they really
for their
haven't.
movies. I think everyone's a great representation of what is iconic on a page. Because I think underneath it all, they're like, we're a comic book company that's going to make movies. And then DC's like, we own a comic book company and we make movies. So we're just going to, we're going to hire out all these guys.
DC needs to stick to the TV shows and not do movies.
I don't know. I think Gotham's a fucking piece of garbage.
That's
okay. They need to stick to their other two TV
Warner
shows
Brothers.
and not make that one.
I gotta say though, I started watching Arrow, and my mom and I really are into that. She wants to watch. She came in our room. She said, "Ooh, what's this show?" And she got hooked. So
your mom's awesome, by the way.
Yes,
that car ride home. We're just shooting the shit the whole time. By the way, I need to give you a link to give her so that she can apply for a job at the city.
She wants that really badly. So.
But your mom's fucking
Dustin,
awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you. I want to ask a question since everyone here on the show is smart, but you're a journalist. I respect your opinion. So, do you think the amount of diversity they put in each one of these films feels natural or forced?
Oh,
so far it's felt natural.
Same, I agree.
I think there haven't been any miscastings that I've seen, or you can tell when something just feels forced, and I don't think we've seen that yet. But with social media being as impactful as it is, I think in the future, Phase 3 and beyond, we're going to see a lot of things that are forced, and I'm not looking forward to that.
That's how I feel about the new Star Wars casting. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I
agree.
We gotta have this. I mean, they're trying to make Star Wars.
You gotta have a girl and a black guy.
Yeah, but you know what? They won't kiss or they won't have sex on screen because interracial dating is still taboo. We can have, a gay Green Lantern and two dudes kissing on the cover of an X-Men comic, but heaven forbid that a black guy and a white woman make a baby.
Luke Cage, Jessica Jones did it.
It happened in the movie. It happened in the movie Focus.
But
actually.
That's not going to be in the movies.
It was all about the show.
I don't know.
It was in the show. But I'm talking strictly with Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
never.
Star Wars isn't going to have the nerve to do that.
No, never.
They're going to be like, oh, hey, you can mate with an alien, but different colors. No.
I think it's a Spider-Man or something of that nature in the Marvel universe. I think we're going to see that. That's the next thing that's going to happen.
If they make Spider-Man the Miles Morales version, I'm fucking done. I won't touch those movies. I skipped out on Amazing Spider-Man 2 because it was shit.
Those are wonderful.
But now that would be a forced shit decision.
Have you seen it yet, Jeff?
Yeah, I saw it online like last year.
Right. As I say, I know you didn't see it in theaters.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Dan. I streamed it. Well, I think we've pretty much killed the Marvel DC horse. Is there anything you guys want to add to that?
Let me ask this. I was trying to ask this, but my mic was cutting out.
Yeah.
Since they weren't here last week, Brian and Dustin, what was your opinion on Superman? Because we talked about the last Superman while we were last week.
Make their damn mind up. All right. But they need to make their damn mind up. Either stick with the goddamn Big Blue Boy Scout or let him go totally evil. Quit this in-between bullshit.
So you were upset that he killed Zod?
I'm not upset that he killed Zod. I was kind of happy to see, we're going to shy away from the Big Blue Boy Scout. Because you can only do Big Blue Boy Scout for so long, and it's been, 75 years too long of the Big Blue Boy Scout.
We need to get that trending on Twitter. # Big Blue Boy Scout.
Let's get her done.
Is that Dr. Manhattan porn? Hey, Dustin, aren't you glad they can't do anything more with Watchmen?
What do you mean? I heard that they were going to do on Showtime, I think it was, a mini-series.
Yeah, they're doing a mini-series.
Oh, why are you breaking my heart,
I'm
Anakin?
so sorry, Anakin.
Anakin broke
well,
my
that's a good
heart.
segue to get into our Star Wars. Oh, sorry, you didn't get to give your thoughts on Superman.
Well, I've always hated Superman. I hate the fact that he has every power imaginable. I hate that he almost... I feel like characters that are unwilling to kill, and I know this is going to draw a lot of ire because Batman and everything, but they're more dangerous than they are helpful, and I'm sick of, I guess, that type of character. So him killing Zod was actually refreshing, because if not, he was going to kill a kid, and that's fucked up, so...
Last week on the unaired episode when we discussed Batman, we all agreed that it's cool for Batman to kill, because he's just a guy in a suit.
Like, you guys do realize that Batman did kill somebody with a gun in his second appearance, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and he tried to hang that monster. Remember, like actually hang him by his neck.
No, he actually did
Through
lock
the
the
Batplane.
dude in the subway too, so he's killed.
And then he threw acid on Dr. Hugo Strange's face and melted it. I mean, Batman was a dick.
Well, not in the killing joke. How did you guys take the ending? Do you think he killed Joker or not? I guess I got to know.
No, because I think he needs him as much as Joker needs Batman.
Yeah.
So.
Talking about for the Dark Knight Rises.
No,
the Dark...
The Killing Joke.
in the Killing Joke,
yeah.
the graphic novel, did he kill Joker at the end? I guess.
No, I don't think so.
In the Killing Joke? No.
You know, I need to buy a copy of that. I've read the story multiple times. Joel has the original, and then I read the recolored edition. I still haven't purchased
Every time I read it in the
Come see me and
store,
purchase it.
yeah, I need to get it too.
Well, I'll come in when it's just you and Dave.
Come in and see us tomorrow.
I might. My car's back, so. All right, guys. Well, that's Marvel and DC. That was a good 40 minutes of bullshit.
Nice.
World.